Part 1. The Hook in the City. Imagine a world where the greatest inventions of the modern age happened 1,000 years ago. A world where the steam engine, advanced medicine, and complex astronomy were common knowledge in ancient times. This isn't science fiction. This was the potential of the great Library of Alexandria. But to understand the library, we must first understand the city. Founded by Alexander the Great, Alexandria was the New York City of the ancient world. It was a melting pot of Greeks, Egyptians, Jews, and Romans. At its heart stood the Museion, the Temple of the Muses, and within it, the Great Library. It was more than a building. It was the brain of humanity. But today, it is remembered as one of the greatest tragedies in history. In this video, we will uncover the real events at the Library of Alexandria. Was it truly destroyed in a single fire by Julius Caesar? Or was its disappearance a much slower, more painful process? Part 2. The Ruthless Pursuit of Knowledge. What made this library so legendary wasn't just the architecture, but a ruthless obsession with knowledge. The rulers of Egypt, the Ptolemies, had a law that sounds like fiction today. Every ship that docked in the harbor of Alexandria was searched by government officials. But they weren't looking for gold, spices, or silk. They were looking for books. If a ship carried a scroll, the authorities would seize it and take it to the library. There, dozens of scribes would work day and night to make a perfect copy. Here is the crazy part. They would often give the copy back to the owners and keep the original for the library. They wanted the most authentic, primary sources. This aggressive tactic made Alexandria the largest collection of human thought. At its peak, it is estimated to have held over 700,000 scrolls. From the tragedies of Sophocles to the original manuscripts of Aristotle, the library became the backup drive for the entire human civilization. Part 3. The Library Wars and Parchment. The obsession went even further. Alexandria had a fierce rival, the Library of Pergamum in modern-day Turkey. The Ptolemies were so jealous of Pergamum's growth that they banned the export of papyrus from Egypt, hoping to starve their rivals of writing material. But this backfired in a way that changed history. In response, the scholars in Pergamum perfected the use of animal skins for writing, creating what we now call parchment. This intellectual warfare shows just how valuable knowledge was back then. It was the oil of the ancient world. Inside Alexandria's walls, it wasn't just books. It was a sanctuary for genius. This was where Eratosthenes used simple shadows to calculate the Earth's circumference with 99% accuracy. This was where Herophilus pioneered anatomy, and where Ctesibius invented the first water clocks and pumps. They were on the verge of a scientific revolution that we wouldn't see again for almost 2 millennia. Part 4. The Mystery of the Destruction. The most famous story of its destruction points to Julius Caesar in 48 BC. Caesar was caught in a civil war in Egypt, supporting Cleopatra against her brother. Outnumbered in the harbor, Caesar ordered his men to set fire to his own fleet. The flames, fueled by the Mediterranean winds, jumped from the ships to the docks, then to the warehouses, and finally, some say, to the great library itself. Caesar never wrote about the library burning in his own accounts, perhaps out of guilt, or perhaps because the damage wasn't total. In fact, history suggests the library suffered many deaths. It survived Caesar only to be battered by Roman Emperor Aurelian during a siege in 270 AD. Then came the religious shifts. In 391 AD, Emperor Theodosius ordered the destruction of pagan temples, leading to the attack on the Serapeum, the library's daughter branch. Each event was a nail in the coffin of ancient wisdom. Part 5. The Final Breath and the Dark Ages. By the time the Arab conquest occurred in the 7th century, the library was likely a shadow of its former glory. There is a famous, though debated, story that the remaining scrolls were used as fuel to heat the city's baths for 6 months. Whether true or not, the result was the same. The light of Alexandria went out. The loss of this knowledge contributed directly to the onset of the Dark Ages in Europe. We lost the secrets of Greek fire, advanced surgical tools, and maps that showed the world in detail. We lost 90% of the works of the great Greek dramatists. Today, as we scroll through the endless information on the internet, we feel safe. But the disappearance of Alexandria is a haunting reminder of how fragile human knowledge can be. When a civilization stops valuing the search for truth, it risks losing everything. Part 6. Conclusion. Today, we walk over the ruins of Alexandria, wondering how many secrets were turned to ash. We have rebuilt a modern library there, a beautiful monument to the past, but the original scrolls are gone forever. It forces us to ask, what are we losing today? Knowledge must be protected, shared, and valued, or it will eventually be forgotten. If you enjoyed this journey through history, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. We have many more mysteries to uncover. What do you think was the most important thing lost in the fire? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.